Sabal khairi popote pale ulipo, mimi naitwa Ahmed Bahaji. Karibu katika matukio awamu ya siku ya Ijumaa. Uko tayari? Andamana nami hadi tamati, utafaidika. Karibu sana, Juma Karim. Kwanza kabisa tupate yanayojiri. Wanachama wa kamati maalum ya seneti inayoangazia fidia za manusura wa shambulio la kigaidi mwaka 1998 wanakutana na familia zao zilizoathirika katika mkasa huo. Katika moto shuleni Ndururi, fidia kwa waathiriwa wa shambulizi la kigaidi. Sekta ya afya yamulikwa kunani? Haya, tuanze na methali ya siku ya leo.
Methali ya leo: kanda halikai ela kwa kipeto.
Kanda ni fuko lililosukwa kwa chane mbili za minyaa au majani ya mvumo litumiwalo kuwekea chakula au vitu vingine. Kipeto ni gunia lenye mjazo zaidi ya nusu.
Maana ya nje ya methali hii ni kwamba kanda tupu hujiangukia lisipokuwa angaa na kipeto ndani.
Maana ya ndani: ustawi wa vitu vingine hutegemea kuwepo kwa vitu vingine tofauti.
Methali hii hurejelea hali ambapo kuna kasoro kitu kimoja kati ya viwili vinavyotumika pamoja kikiwa hakipo.
Dakta, tuanze taarifa zetu. Wanachama wa kamati maalum ya seneti inayoangazia fidia za manusura wa shambulio la kigaidi mwaka 1998 wanakutana na familia zilizoathirika katika mkasa huo kwenye juhudi za kuwasaidia kupata fidia. Hebu tusikilize mengi kuhusiana na taarifa hiyo.
And those whose lives will never be the same again. August 7th, 1998 marked the turning point in my life journey. It was a bright Friday morning and I was on my way to work. Coming along from Uhuru Highway, then driving towards the Hartslasia Avenue, there was a huge traffic snarl up. As I came towards the ex-telecom's house, I saw this truck that took a turn and went towards the American Embassy gates. Then I witnessed the altercation between the occupants of the truck and the security personnel from the embassy. Then I heard what I thought were gunshots being thrown at the embassy. And what came to mind was that these were but gangsters who wanted to rob the embassy. It never occurred to me that they were terrorists. Then I saw a man run from the scene of the shooting towards the car where I was, just at the intersection between the Moy Avenue and Hartslasia. And that's when the huge blast went. And from that day, I have never witnessed light of day again. I became blind. I was rescued from the scene of the shooting and taken to Kenyatta National Hospital by Good Samaritans. And I was unconscious for like 2 days. When I regained consciousness, my eyes were but covered. The Kenyan doctors and German surgeons who were flown in tried their very best to save my sight, but without success. 2 months later, I was discharged. And the late Dr. Gondi came and told me, Douglas, you know what? After 6 months, you'll regain your sight. But I've been waiting for that miracle to happen for the last 25 years. When it dawned upon me that I'd lost sight, I was very bitter, very angry. And in fact, I started imagining that if I would meet the men behind the heinous and barbaric act of cowardice, I would skin them alive. That they could feel the pain and this trauma and the challenge you are going through. But down the line, I realized that bitterness only but retards healing. So I started picking up the pieces and started moving on. And that's how I connected with other victims like Caroline and formed an association to fight for the plight and advocate for the victims' challenges. And indeed we did fight. until the American government gave $47 million towards the rehabilitation of buildings and businesses, but not lives, mark my words. Rehabilitation of buildings and businesses. And we, the victims, for the last 25 years have been greatly discriminated by the American government. We have never received any form of compensation. Indeed, we went to Oklahoma to reach out to the Oklahoma victims, to start fighting for this. We met the Black Caucus, the senators in America, and indeed have done quite a number of things to raise the plight of the victims, riding from New York ground zero to the Pentagon, putting up a wreath at the River Street entrance, the doorsteps of Don Rumsfeld, just to raise the plight of the victims. I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to Uhuru Peak, being the first blind African, to raise the plight of the victims. I cycled across Africa, 12,000 kilometers in 95 days, to raise the plight of the victims. And all these have gone to nothing. And thank you, the Senate, for being so considerate, being so emotional, to now come to this conclusion, to come up with a bill that can help engage with the House of Congress in the states. I met Joe Biden when he came here. I shook his hand.
Ni kikao maalum kile cha seneti kinachojadili ule mkasa mwaka 1998 hapa jijini Nairobi, shambulizi la kundi la Al-Qaeda. Watu zaidi takriban 224 walipoteza maisha yao, huku manusura hadi sasa wakiwa bado wanasubiri haki zao. Ndio pale Waswahili wakasema tunasubiri manusura. Tuendelee na taarifa zetu ambapo